Karen Burchell, Creative Katie here. Welcome to my channel, Mixed Media Creations. Take time to hit the subscribe button. If you click on the bell, you can choose the option to be notified as soon as I upload new videos. That way you won't miss any. Today we have a video in the Build Your Stash series. In this series, I show you inexpensive and quick ways that you can take a little time and build your art journaling and mixed media stash. And then you have the supplies and materials at the ready when you want to create. If you wish to support my channel, you can shop through my Amazon influencer links or make a donation through my PayPal link. Both of these links can be found in the description box below. Thank you so much for supporting my channel.
Hi everybody, Creative Katie, Karen Burchell here, and today in Build Your Stash we are going to build your color blending, color scheme somewhat abilities, and we're going to set you up to have a reference tool that you can use with some tried and true colors that if you blend them together you're going to get some lovely hues. So I'm going to share with you what I've discovered, and while I am not someone who has studied color theory and I have a basic understanding of that, but most of what I've learned is by putting paint on a canvas, putting paint on an art journal page, making gel prints, and getting some aha moments, and that's what I'm going to share with you. So I'm going to give you some tried and true color combos that when you blend two colors together, you're going to end up with a third color that is absolutely pleasing. And what I want more than anything is to encourage you to go and play and mix colors and blend colors and see what you can come up with beyond the 5 or 7 that I'm going to do with you. Now, before we do that, first a word about paints. Now, I'm going to primarily be using my Liquitex Basics, and I will give you the names of these. But if what you have is these, get tones or colors that are somewhat similar and try it first. By no means do I intend for you to go out and buy a different brand or spend money on something new. Not when you can use what you have. This is just what I'm most comfortable using. So I have just some cards here that I've gessoed in a Build Your Stash, and I like the shape of this, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to use these. I may use these later, I don't know, and stuff. So as I said, most of what I'm going to show you is stuff that I've learned and combos that I've learned by accident, by mixing paint and finding something lovely. So the first one is now Prussian blue, and Prussian blue isn't in the Liquitex Basic brand. This is Deco Art. I love Prussian blue, and whatever brand you get of Prussian blue, I think you should add this as a staple in your thing. The other is a green yellow. Now this is Artist Loft. You can get them in whatever brand you like. So what I'm going to do is just put them on. I'm just going to put them on the craft mat. But you can put them on a palette. So when you're color mixing and you're doing the experimenting, if you're not on a canvas, you're too scared to mix them on a canvas, then just put a little bit like that and take some and mix it. Mix it completely and then test it. Now, the Prussian blue and the yellow green make this absolutely lovely teal. Now, so you can mix it, you know, take the whole amount and mix it and just paint it on, and it's very one tone. What I like doing is just mixing different amounts of the two colors when I put them on a canvas or on a page. Now I could be putting this on with a paintbrush, I could be putting it on, as you've seen me doing numerous times, with my fingers. And every time I go and I dab, I'm getting a little more of one and a little less, you know, and you get some variation. And when you do that on the card, you get all this lovely variation that also adds instant interest to your page. If you just apply it, mix it completely, it tends to get a little flatter. So I like, once I know that the color combo works, that when I mix them, I'm not going to end up with mud. Quite often I will just have those two colors and put them on like this. And I'm not even looking to get them perfectly blended. And right off the bat, you have lots of interest in there. So again, this is Prussian blue and green yellow. And it makes this gorgeous teal color. A winning color blending composite. Color blending combo number 2 is bright aqua green and quinacridone magenta. Now, if you only have light aqua or you have something similar, try it with that. So again, the process is the same. Take a little bit out on your palette. Get a little bit and mix them. And this one, when you mix them, you end up with some violet, mauve, beautiful purpley color, which I absolutely love. And so again, in my way of doing it, I'm just going to do it with my fingers. And so you get the magenta, you get some more of the teal, and you definitely get that purple in there. So why would you want to blend colors? Well, definitely just a matter of storage. This way I can just, you know, not buy every color. I can mix some of the colors, and that's, you know, now that's kind of where it's come to. In some of the things I want a burgundy and I don't have the right shade or something that's going to go. The other thing is when you mix them, it just, there's more depth to it. It's just, I can't explain it. And the purple that I get here is, you know, beautiful. And all these colors, because they're all related, they're going to work really well together. So, number 2 is bright aqua green and quinacridone magenta. I'm going to show you, since I said that you could probably do this with any colors, I'm just going to grab a couple of my Americanas. They're not exactly, it's not as dark a pink, and So let's just see what we get. So again, the process is exactly the same. Just a little bit out, because if you don't want to, you can mix them straight onto a project that you're doing if that's what you want to do. But if you're unsure about it, then this is the way to go. Just test it a little bit on the side and then see what you like. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And sure enough, there we go. We get the same. It's going to be a different shade of purple, a different, they're different because whatever hues and colors are made up in there, but you're still going to get purple. So if you take any kind of teal, this is bluegrass green and royal fuchsia, I've got other teals, that's going to give a slightly different effect, different color combination. And then you can just do that. So it's a little, the tone is a little different, just as every brand is just going to be, this is more violet, this is more lilac color. What we're going to do, and you've seen me doing this on lots of canvases, and this was again one that I found out strictly by accident, deep violet and orange. So another card for me. Now I know this is going to be successful, and you put them together and it's kind of a burnt orange, and then depending on how much orange you have, how much purple you have, you get this luscious red that's not quite quinacridone magenta, it's not quite burgundy, it's somewhere in between. So when you mix them, you get some are orange, some you get the deep violet, and some you're getting that red. But you've used two colors, and they all work so well together. And if you have more of one color, you get some darks and some lights. And right off the bat, now you can add stamping and stenciling and whatever, but you have the beginnings, great beginnings of a lovely card. So this one is orange. This is just Artist Loft regular orange and deep violet. One of my favorite colors, I love burgundy and gold. It's just one of those rich colors that I love. But I haven't been able to really find a burgundy in a Liquitex Basics in the heavy bodied. I do have some burgundy, straight out of here. This is black cherry, but it's something I struggle with, and I really like using it. And sometimes I want that, especially even to shade with. So I was playing around. I deliberately went to looking and saying, okay, so I'm going to use quinacridone magenta and just black. Now this is Mars Black. and I'm mixing it up. Now this, it may vary with, so this is a deep, even on the camera it looking very black. So it's just making this is a very deep purple. I'm going to try this with Cad Red to see what we get, because I do have some Cad Red, but I love this color, which again is different than any other color. It's close to deep violet. There's my deep violet. It's pretty close, but it's a little darker, and I love that. And when you start mixing and blending your colors, you are going to start loving it as well. You're going to see the depth that they give. This one, you got to be, when you're using black, you got to be careful, because the black will overpower it, but play with it. This Build Your Stash is more about playing with the colors. It's a very dark gray day. We are in rainy season here. Oops. And when you mix them right on your canvas, right on your page, you get such interest. So that's Quinacridone Magenta and Mars Black. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to try this with the red to see. I want a little bit more burgundy. So I'm trying to encourage you to start playing. So, you know, it's my Build Your Stash too, so I'm going to play and experiment. Allow myself the luxury of experimenting. So I've got a couple other color combos that I think might work. I'm going to try red, cadmium red, and black. Now some reds are more blue, some are more orange, and you're going to get a slightly different effect. See, this is reading more burgundy-ish. Now my guess, I don't know for sure, and you know, my guess is that Mars Black is made with some blue in it, which is why when we mix it with a red, we're ending up with a purple. So let's see that. It's a very dark burgundy, and I'm loving it. So it would definitely, you know, if I don't have it, I can use Cad Red and black. I can use, you know, I'll show you the difference. This is more purple. For a true burgundy, I guess it'd be more the Cad Red. One of the things with Liquitex Basics or heavy bodied, you may want to just wet it down a little bit. Now you can see the burgundy kind of shades that have come out. And so there you can see. And this will really set your pages off and give you that. So this one, this is the quinacridone magenta. You definitely get more purple. There's more burgundy. I'm going to try one more because I've just remembered that I've done this on the gel plate and I like the color that I got. Now, I'm encouraging you, if you like the color combo and you want to remember it, put it on a ATC or a card, or you can swatch it out on your, even in your art journal on a blank page. Some way of keeping track of it, especially until you get used to using all of them. Huh. Red and blue. Let's just see where this takes us. I may not do a whole swatch of it. So this one's the red and blue. If I go more red, I get more burgundy. So this one, again, what did I grab here? Americana Ultra Deep Blue and my CAD red. But I guess I could have opaque red. More red gives you more burgundy. And there we have it. Actually, I think I'm liking this burgundy a little bit better. So you know what? Let's do a big swatch of this. That. And CAD red. A little bit of water. So a dark blue, that could be, let's see what blue, I would use like an ultramarine blue and the CAD red. So play around with your blues and your reds. If it's a blue red, not an orangey red, you will totally get that burgundy-ish color. So there we have, it's kind of more of a black cherry, burgundy, different color combos. Okay, so I was playing around, and what I have here is I just used ultramarine blue. This is one of my, I think it's only Liquitex Basics that has ever, it's kind of gotten looking like cottage cheese. And I've got black. And what those two make are navy. The navy is another color that I find very difficult to get, other than in some craft paints. So, and there is the beautiful navy that you can get. So again, I have, black is easy. So you'll want something that's a darker blue or a darker red. Try adding black to it. And I love this blue. I don't use my ultramarine blue a lot, or my cobalt blue, or my phthalo blue. But the burgundy and my Prussian blue, and this I would mix more together to make that navy, but we even have different tones of the navy, depending on how much black was in there. So this time I'm mixing Diox purple and light blue permanent. And before I had a different brand of Diox, so we'll see if this works or not. I don't know. And you get this lovely hydrangea color. And I'm just going to go back to my fingers here. Now the light blue permanent has, it's fairly opaque, if I'm correct, yes. So there's potentially white in there. And you can always add white to this color combo to get a lighter teal, or to this color combo. But for this video, we're just blending two colors and coming up with a third color. That being said, the goal is that you go and play and discover all sorts of neat color combos that you can utilize when you are creating. This kind of looks very lavenderish. In fact, I think I've combined these colors when I did a painting with lavender. And there. I hope the colors are coming true. With the cloudy day, they might not. Now the next color is Naples Yellow, which I love this color. Again, it's very opaque, so I'm thinking it has white in it. So if you don't have Naples Yellow, if you have just say Cad Yellow, I would just add white to it if you want to get the exact same thing. But try mixing it with Cad Red. And this is the quinacridone Magenta. And I ran out of these cards, so I'm going to use just some ATCs that I have here. And again, I know the color combo works really well. I used this in one of my latest videos, and you get this beautiful coral. And coral is the Pantone color for 2019 coming up. So but I don't have a coral in. Now that's one of the advantages of using some of the craft paint, because you can get those colors. I can get coral straight out of the bottle. But again, do you want to have to buy all those colors? If it's a color that you're going to use lots of, maybe yes is the answer. But and I love this coral color. And look at that. Yum! So that's quinacridone magenta and Naples yellow. I talked a lot about this being a great color to mix, but if you don't have it and don't want to buy it, can you make it? Let's try. It's yellow green. So basically there's the recipe. So I'm going to grab a yellow and a green that I have, and we're going to see if we can make that lime kind of green. So I'm just, and absolutely, I mean, I'm not surprised. But if you don't have this color, you don't need to do it. You can mix it, and oh, my brush wasn't quite clean. Now, if you find yourself mixing a lot of it and using a lot of it, then by all means, go and buy a tube of it, because it's worthwhile spending the money to get a tube of it and finding storage room. But if you're unsure that it's a color that you want a lot of, here's what you can do. And when you mix these like this, you're getting a lot of depth and interest and different tones that you won't get from one that's completely pre-mixed. You're just not going to get it. You know, and that's why, you know, artists will often, they have their basic colors and, right? So if you want the yellow green to use, now I can take this. Accordingly, I should be able to take this and mix it with my Prussian blue. And get my teal. But there you see, you're adding three colors, and I totally have the teal that I got by mixing it here. And so if you add 3 colors together, you're going to end up with different colors. But I'm, you know, for the most part, I'm not getting into all that. Nor would I be the person that would be giving it. I am simply sharing what I have, what I've learned by putting colors down, by blending them straight on the canvas, as you've seen me do. And I love doing that. And one of the reasons is because I come up with some discoveries along the way. So once you have if you've made these swatches, and now I have some ATC size cards and some others, well, you just want to, if you're going to keep these as reference cards, what I'm going to suggest is just simply label them so that you know and can remember which ones work well together. Just like labeling our paints. So and I just use, you know, dollar store stickers, and I'm just putting what I put in here. Deep violet, and I'm going to put, you know, LB, Liquid X Basics, and orange, Artist Loft. And then you can just put that on there, and you have a reference tool, and now you know. Okay, so this one was Diox Purple, Light Blue, Prussian blue, and yellow green. And so forth. So I've just labeled all of mine. We have brilliant yellow and light green, and you get this yellow green. Coral, using quinacridone magenta and Naples yellow, but any kind of pink tone and a yellow. Try with all that. Add a little white if it's too bright. Quinacridone magenta and aqua, you get this purple color. Ultramarine blue and Mars black, you get kind of navy, you get tones of navy. Quinacridone magenta and Mars black, you get this purpley, burgundy purpley color, depending on how you mix it. Prussian blue and yellow green, you get this teal. Deep violet and orange, you mix them together and you get this rosy, deep, luscious red. Like the colors, when you mix them, you just get that depth of color that you don't otherwise get. Cad red and Mars black, kind of a burgundy. Diox purple and light blue. Looks like lavender or hydrangea color. Ultramarine blue and cad red, you get another burgundy. We spent some time going off on that tangent. So get out your colors. Start with the ones that I'm recommending, but don't stop there. Keep playing. Try them out. Blend them together. See what colors you get. Label them if you like, you know, paint a swatch if that's something that gives you a color that you like. And don't be afraid of mixing those colors. And it doesn't matter what brand, and it doesn't matter, you know, if you get a color that you don't like, lesson learned. Nothing, no amount of studying the color wheel or whatever is going to replace just getting your hands covered with paint and having fun. So go blend a couple colors together and see what you come up with. If you do a color combo, color combo, and come up with another color that you absolutely love, please come back, share it with the rest of us. We learn from others. We all don't have to reinvent the wheel. That's why I make the videos and share with you guys what I've discovered. So that brings this Build Your Stash to an end. Give this a try. Make yourself a reference tool, whether it's on ATCs like this size, which is big enough, or a bigger size, or whether you're swatching them out and mixing them right onto an art journal page that you keep in your art journal. And then use whatever you discover here in an art journal page, on a mixed media canvas, in your art. Have fun.